just need to unmute for both of you. And both of you raise your right hands, or all three of you raise your right hands, please. Swear the testimony in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
I do.
And Mr. Ahos, I need a verbal answer, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
I do.
Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
Yes.
Drehos or Drahos?
Drehos.
Okay, thank you. All right, this case looks like it's from an auto accident on the 27th of March. And the plaintiffs are seeking $3,501.66 by way of damages. Looks like the bulk of it being repair damages, and then $187.51 for rental car. All right, I have previously reviewed the evidence in this case, and it appears there was an accident, I think, at the Hagen parking lot. Both parties backing out of their respective parking stalls and had a collision. There does appear to be a statement from a Joshua Tekesti, who asserted that Ms. Drehos was the one who caused the collision. So I'll hear from the parties. The Coxes, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was at the Hagen parking lot. I just finished the shopping trip. I was in my car. I was just starting out to back out, and I could see as I was looking in my rear view mirror and rear backup camera, I could see that her car was quickly going to back into mine. And so I stopped and I started honking my horn to make some noise, hoping that that would get her to like pay attention that she was going to back into me. She didn't stop. She backed into me quite hard, and then she took off, and I pulled forward to the parking spot. I got out of the car right away, and she was gone. She was nowhere to be seen. Luckily, my honking the horn had gotten someone else in the parking lot to pay attention, and Joshua, the witness, was sitting in his parked car, and he took a photograph of her car as she drove away, and then he let me know that that was the person who had backed into my car. And so then I stayed there. I called the police. The police came and took a report, and then they tracked her down, and I know that she's also pled guilty to the hit and run. So, and then after the accident, I tried to file a claim with her car insurance, which was collected by the police officer. I did contact her car insurance company to try and file a claim, and was denied because they said she is no longer covered with them. And Oh, and so I went ahead and I got 3 different estimates from 3 different auto body places in Olympia, and I went with the place that gave me the lowest estimate. That was a reputable auto body place. We took it in. They thought that it was just going to be the bumper that needed to be replaced. They took the bumper off. They realized that some of the safety sensors in the car had been destroyed, and so they had to replace that. So what it came out to was $3,500 to get the car repaired.
Okay, so I saw the 3 estimates: Caliber, Capital, and True. Which one did you eventually use?
We went with True Auto Body.
Okay, and their final bill was $3,264.15.
Yes.
Plus the $187.51.
Yeah.
For the rental car.
Yes.
And that's while the car was in repair, is that right?
Yeah, exactly. I had a couple of days where I didn't have a vehicle to use.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Dreyhus?
Well, I didn't hit her car, and there was no damage to my car. And my car is a Jeep. It's not a car. So the police officer came to my door and got my insurance information, and evidently he was supposed to give it to her. So he came to my house.
Okay.
And I have no damage to my car. There's not a scratch on my car, not even a dent. Which is a Jeep.
Did you review the police report, Ms. Dreyhus, that was filed as part of the evidence submitted by the Coxes?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, looking at it, the officer actually indicates that the Jeep was damaged right in the rear, right around the license plate. So the officer actually indicates some damage, whether, how significant it is, doesn't say. Just shows an area of damage around your license plate. Any comments?
There's nothing on the license plate.
Okay. Well, the officer notes damage in his report. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, fine.
I mean, is the officer incorrect?
I believe so, but I gave her the insurance information. Why didn't she bill my insurance? Why didn't she send it to my insurance company to get paid?
Well,
why didn't she call State Farm and get this paid for?
Because they have a letter from State Farm dated March 30th saying that you were not an insured under their policy. So they weren't going to pay. So they did contact State Farm, and State Farm refused to pay.
Well, I was covered with State Farm. I've had them for
okay. That's not the Cox's issue. State Farm refused to pay on your behalf. So maybe you have an issue with State Farm, but they don't.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we have an independent witness not associated with either party who saw the collision, said in fact there was a collision, and that in fact his statement in his email was that you looked guilty as you pulled away, like, uh-oh, I just hit something, and then you left. That's what the witness says you look like. Now, obviously I have no idea beyond that, but it says that. The officer reports that there was in fact some damage on the rear of your vehicle. You'd claim there was no damage at all. And Ms. Cox indicates that she was struck as she was backing out. So in my mind, the weight of the evidence indicates there in fact was a collision, that you were the cause of it, Ms. Dreyhus. I will find judgment for the Coxes in the amount claimed. And Ms. Cox, what were the costs of serving the claim in this case?
Yeah, $52.
Thank you.
Oh, well, it was $52 for the court registration, and then it was another like $10 to send the certified notification.
Okay, so $10. Thank you. Total judgment in favor of the Coxes will be $3,561.66. All right. Thank you both. The judgment will be available to you in your file with district court.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do now.
That's it. You got paper.
Paper?
All right. And you're all done. You're free to log out.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.